Greetings and salutations, everybody. Lord X here, coming at you again with an episode of the X Zone. So, the other day I put out my top 11 games of 2014, and I had fun doing that video. I wanted to do another one, and this isn't necessarily a countdown per se, but it is a list of the 10 games I am most excited for in this year. Now, I wanted to do this for two reasons. One, just to share with you what games I'm looking forward to the most this year, obviously. Secondly, I want to make this video now, and when 2016 rolls around, or the end of 2015, when I do my top 10, or maybe top 11 again, games of 2015, I want to see, did any of the games on my most anticipated become any of my favorites for that year, or were there many dark horses that we don't even know about yet that could appear and take over the spots on the top 10, or will any of the games on this list of 10 just become utter duds? Anyways, let's dive into the list before I, get lost for words again. That happens quite a lot. So, first game on my list, The Witcher 3. Now, a lot of people love the Witcher series, and for good reason. From what I've seen and played a little bit of, it's damn good. It's really pretty. The combat's really well done. I personally never got into the series that much. I tried doing a Let's Play of the second one, but never really got that far with it. I might actually go back to it before The Witcher 3 comes out. But even then, I'm still probably not going to pick that up on day one. Maybe. It comes out in May, so there's a tiny chance that I might dive into that. But everything that I've seen of The Witcher 3 so far has just been so good. Wild Hunt looks amazing, like mind-bogglingly good graphics. The combat looks so well done again this time around, and the world, what they've shown us so far, looks so massive in scale. It's absolutely beautiful, and just everything about that developer, how they've delayed the game to make sure it's good and they're not going to put out a crappy product beforehand. That gives me really, really high hopes on this game, and really wish more developers would do that. Next up on my list that I have written down, it's Bloodborne. I think I've talked about how excited I am for this game on the Canuck podcast a few times. I think I've discussed it on the X Zone a few times as well. Yeah, I'm a fan of the Dark Souls series. Never got really far in either one of them, but I really enjoyed it. And Bloodborne is looking so much better. It's a little bit faster, just right. The setting is so cool and dark and mysterious. It looks so fantastic. I'm hoping the online aspect of it is a little bit better this time around. Just to dive in straight into with friends instead of just, the random stuff. I know you can team up with friends. I think there's a little bit more of a fuck around for that, but I'm not sure because I never really played Dark Souls 1 or 2 online that much. I think I might have summoned somebody in at one point or another. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Bloodborne. It just looks so damn good again. The only downside is it comes out in March with everything else. I'm going to be so broke come March. Alright, the next game on my list, it's an obvious one. Any PlayStation fan is going to have this on their 10 most anticipated games of 2015. If it comes out in 2015, I still have my doubts, I will be honest. And that's Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Naughty Dog has rarely done wrong. Uncharted 1 was great. Uncharted 2 is my favorite in the series. 3 was so good. And The Last of Us, it was my game of the year for 2013. nothing else to say about that. So I am really, really looking forward to Uncharted 4, and the demo they showed off at the PlayStation Experience event, it sold me completely. I am pre-ordering that game as soon as I can, whenever it becomes available for pre-order around here. Next up on my list, as you can see, I'm trying to speed up here, go through a little bit faster. Next one on my list, Just Cause 3. Just Cause 2 is absolutely one of the, if not the most fun I've ever had in a game. Massive map, massive scale destruction, and just a simple mechanic of the grappling hook and parachute. It doesn't seem like you can do much with that to begin with, but man, oh man, once you get the hang of it, you can do some crazy ass shit with that thing. And just wondering what Avalanche Studios have done in just bringing the world of Just Cause 2 into the next generation of consoles with the PS4 and Xbox One and, well, PC as well. So I am really, really excited to see what chaos and mayhem can come about in that game. The next game on my list, I'm praying so much that this game turns out to be good. I'm not that religious. And of course, I'm referring to Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, the remake of the PSP title coming to PS4 Xbox One. I think that's it. It might be coming to PC, but I'm not sure. I don't think it is. But yeah, Final Fantasy Type 0. Whew. I'm hoping this is a return back to good Final Fantasy again, just like Bravely Default was, which I need to get back to as well. Next on my list after Pokemon Omega Ruby, actually. But yeah, I am super, super excited for this game. I have it pre-ordered. Granted, the last time I pre-ordered a Final Fantasy game outside of Bravely Default, it was Final Fantasy 13, and I was burned badly on that game. Still hate it so much to this day for that reason. So I'm hoping Final Fantasy Type 0 looks good. I've only watched one trailer of it. It looked fucking awesome. So, and the fact that everything I've read about the game, which hasn't been much because I want to not build up too much hype for it, the darker tones and whatnot have me really interested, and I hope that it's bringing it back a little bit more to like the type of story you could expect from a Final Fantasy. And the next game on my list is the one that's out the soonest, oddly enough, and that's The Order 1886. I think I've had this game rated on Fave's list as my most anticipated. Might have to change that, but nah, I'm lazy, so. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to The Order, the steampunk style, the epic mustaches. You can't see it, but I have one myself. And of course, just the cinematic approach to the game looks so cool. Just absolutely so cool, and I am so very, very, very excited for that game. I'm quite fine with the QuickTime events. I'm quite fine with the third-person shooter stuff. But what's really, really intriguing me about that game is the story, is the setting, and I think it has the potential to be up there on a Games of the Year list. So my fingers are really, really crossed for The Order 1886. Alright, now we dive into the big four. I said three, but there's four really, folks. Four main titles that I am so excited for. And these I will list down in order from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. So coming in at number 4, it's Disgaea V. I absolutely love the series. NIS is my favorite developer / publisher, so I am super excited to be able to support them with, I think, their first PS4 game, or their first sole PS4 game, because they did publish Nocturnal Doctrine on PS4, 3, and Vita, even though it's done horribly well in terms of ratings. Apparently it's incredibly difficult and extremely hard to get used to, so fortunate there. But yeah, Disgaea 5, oh man. They're keeping the simple graphics still, but they look so pretty. And they've said that like the amount of enemies and characters that you can have on screen now has been increased. Just the chaotic moves and everything. I am super, super excited to see how that game turns out. My fingers are so crossed that it ends up being well. And to support NIS, I will buy whatever collector's edition you guys put up on your website. I swear to you, right now, I will buy it. I don't care if it's $150 for, I don't know, a little printy trading card. I will buy the shit out of that collector's edition to support Disgaea V. Coming in at number 3, of course, it's a Wii U game? What? That's right. My number 3, of course, if it comes out this year, Nintendo has said that they're hoping for a 2015 release in North America, and that's Xenoblade Chronicles X. Now, I was expecting an RPG like what they showed a couple of years ago at E3. It looked cool. It's like, okay, kind of maybe the same open world as like Monster Hunter, that kind of scale. No. From what they have shown at the video, I think it was the Video Game Awards, or prior to that anyway, the world looks so open, so massive, and oh my god, it looks so beautiful. This game will probably be the game to push the Wii U to its limits. Thought Bayonetta 2 is that, but hell no. Xenoblade Chronicles X looks like it's going to push the boundaries even further for the Wii U. And I couldn't be more excited for that. Really, really excited. I never did get to play the very first Xenoblade Chronicles. Didn't own a Wii. And now it's sort of hard to get a copy. Or it's expensive to get a copy at least. So, yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to Xenoblade Chronicles X. And again, just like Disgaea V, and actually just like The Order 1886 as well, I'll probably get the collector's edition of this game just to support them. And, you know, I just love JRPGs. Alright, number 2 on my most anticipated. It's the goddamn Batman. Yeah, Batman Arkham Knight. I am stoked for that game. Not too fond of what they've shown of the Batmobile combat and such. It's kind of a little worrisome, just because I really have never seen Batman just kind of go all Call of Duty tank, or I should say Battlefield tankish on an enemy before, but okay. As long as Rocksteady has that, like, superb script in place, great character development, twist along the way, I think Batman Arkham Knight is just going to prevail. And the world, again, another open world game, amazing, looks vast, like massive. Gotham looks like it will consume you. And I'm sure around every little corner there's going to be an Easter egg, there's going to be a collectible. I can see myself sinking so much time into that game. Maybe even just collecting Riddler trophies alone. It's going to eat up a lot of my summer. And that's the best part. It comes out in June. It comes out in the month of my birthday. It comes out in the month where, you know, not much else is going to come out. Maybe Metal Gear Solid, but not really anticipating that one. Sorry, Big Boss. And finally, on my most anticipated, my number 1 most anticipated game, Persona 5. This year, previous to this year, I have played the Persona games. Persona 3 was one of my favorite PS2 games. It was so cool, digged it so much, got extremely hard, and I don't think I ever finished it. I think I might have got stuck at a point where I was unable to really level up enough in time in order to get past a certain enemy, so my fault there. Being the stupid person that I was, I focused more on the social interacting instead of leveling up my character like I should have. But alas, yes, I am looking forward so much to Persona 5. I did play Persona 4 over the summer of 2014. I devoured that game during my summer break. I think I logged in like 60 hours within the week I was off work. So yeah, I'm super excited for Persona 5. And if the story and characters can hook me just like 3 and 4 have, there's no doubt in my mind that Persona 5 has the absolute best chance of being my game of the year for 2015 as it stands right now. Now, of course, I just can't end this video like here. There are a bunch of honorable mentions that I do want to quickly go over. These, of course, are The Legend of Zelda WiiU. That's going to be awesome if it comes out this year. Again, very, very doubtful on that. There's Sony's exclusive Until Dawn, which looks like an amazing horror game that, you kind of would expect from the likes of Quantic Dream, but it's being done by a completely different studio, but it's looking crazy. Just so tense and suspenseful. I'm not a horror guy, but I love the whole choice thing and the fact that there's like multiple different endings. Everybody in the game could die, or everybody could survive, as far as I know, as far as we know anyway. So that element, that choice of the matter, just like Telltale's games, makes me so excited for that. Then on the 3DS, there's Project Steam from the creators of Fire Emblem Awakening. Need I say more? No, it's going to be cool as shit. It's just a merch. Fucking merch. Back to the Wii U. Yoshi's Woolly World. It looks so fun and cute and adorable, and everything's made of wool. I missed it on Kirby's Epic Yarn, but Yoshi's Woolly World, you will be mine. Hopefully. Then, of course, they kind of just snuck it in with the Legend of Zelda WiiU demo that they showed off at the Video Game Awards, but Shigeru Miyamoto actually did say that, Star Fox is going to be out before The Legend of Zelda. So, I'm looking forward to Star Fox on the Wii U. I think it could be absolutely cool. Just give us Metroid. Please. Even on the 3DS. Please. More Metroid, Nintendo. Please. Don't go all Valve with Half-Life 3 on us. Next up, a little downloadable game. It's not Mega Man, but it might as well be. And that's Mighty Number 9. Yeah, that game just looks fun as hell. Then, of course, going back to the Japan releases, and 2 games that NIS are publishing in March, of course. And I'm referring to Altair Shillelagh, Alchemist of the Dust Sea, I just butchered that name, and The Awakened Fate Ultimatum, which is a sequel to The Ultimate Fate Paradox. So I'm looking forward to both of those, and I've been almost pre-ordering, just figuring out what I'm going to do when March rolls around, because it's going to be brutal. I'm even looking forward to Battlefield Hardline in a way. I won't be picking that up day one. 1, because it's in March, and 2, I'm not willing to pay $60 for an FPS, really. So, yeah. But I'm really interested in the story because it's done by Visceral, the same guys who do the Dead Space series. So, and it's looking like a Law and Order crime drama type deal. So I'm really curious on how the single player of that game is going to be. I just hope it's not as buggy as fucking Battlefield 4. Then, of course, it wouldn't be a year without a fighting game. Unless you're 2014, in which, well, we had Smash, we had Persona 4 Ultimax, but 2015, we're probably getting Street Fighter V. But before that, in April, Mortal Kombat X. And this is on my most anticipated just because it has X in the title. But because, holy shit, this game, from what they've shown so far, looks so brutal, and the fatalities look more gruesome than ever. Gets a 2 thumbs up from me. Then another downloadable title, actually 2 downloadable titles to end off the honorable mentions. Those being Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number, and Minecraft Story Mode by Telltale Games. Telltale, which I love. Minecraft, which I love. Coming together. hopefully in sweet harmony, and not in, butchered destruction. Could be the end of all things if that doesn't work out. But, alas, yeah, those are my most anticipated games of 2015. I would love to hear what you're most looking forward to this year. Leave a comment down below. Maybe once 2015 comes to an end, come back, look at that comment and say, wow, I really nailed it on my most anticipated. Or be like, wow, boy was I ever wrong.